some exercise is better than others. Like yoga is really great for building balance and coordination. And so whether you have Parkinson's or not, you might want to consider doing it because it's a great form of exercise that promotes healthy aging in that it improves balance, coordination, and strength, all required for living independently. And here we are, yoga. It's particularly helpful for Parkinson's patients because it can be adapted to any level of disability. And it targets things like flexibility, strength, alignment, and stress. There are a million types of yoga. You can find something that everybody can do. There's chair yoga, there's wheelchair yoga. I mean, anybody can do it. And research has shown that Parkinson's patients get better with yoga. Full disclosure, I own a hot yoga studio right across the hall from my office here. So I'm a fan, so much so that I bought the studio that I took classes, where I took classes and moved it in here. Acupuncture, lots of research showing that it's helpful in many, many things. Ability to walk, speed of walking, step length. Remember the Parkinson's patient, I said earlier, sometimes take shorter and shorter steps. Sleep, rest, handwriting, depression, anything that helps with depression is good because depression often makes the Parkinson's patient just give up and not want to do anything for themselves. And the MRIs of Parkinson's patients show that the restorative effect may be due to the activation of other parts of the brain, which serve a compensatory role in correcting imbalances. And of course, the production of this brain-derived neurotropic factor. I have quite a bit of information in my bigger course on Parkinson's, but in terms of supplements, but the one that I think deserves some attention here is B12. B12 levels tend to be lower in Parkinson's patients, and B12 deficiency is associated with symptoms of Parkinson's and people who don't have it, like neuropathy and cognitive decline. Systematic review, neuropathy was present in 16% of Parkinson's patients. Vitamin B12 was identified as the likely cause. And so taking a B12 supplement is advisable. It certainly can't hurt in this case. I've advised against taking high-dose B12 supplements for the general population, but in a person with Parkinson's, particularly when dealing with neuropathy, B12 has been shown in some diabetes studies to be helpful with neuropathy. So no reason not to try it because even if there are some side effects at higher doses, the side effect of neuropathy is eventually you can't move, right? The treatment challenges, I mentioned them before, include that the patients often can't adopt a health promoting diet, exercise, and access alternative treatments without help. So you need a family member or a friend to help. And we live in a society of people who move around a lot, and people often are not in the same place as their aging parents and that sort of thing. It can make it really difficult. Motivation is a factor, which I mentioned before. The person has to want to do better and they have to work at it. So the best success we've had has been when you've got family members who are willing to help out and maybe friends from church and that sort of thing. But that combined with a Parkinson's patient who says, I'm just not going to let myself become disabled. And to the extent that I can overcome some of the disability I've already experienced, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to do that. So I think that the group that I'm speaking to here, you're probably on the same page that I am, or you wouldn't be in this group, that your mental attitude has everything to do with outcomes. I've seen cancer patients survive the most dire diagnoses, mainly because they've just decided, I'm just gonna do it, you know? So strength of mind becomes really important in all diseases, really. So the summary of what we've talked about, I flew through this because I want to be able to take questions and turn this into a discussion. But if you want to prevent Parkinson's, it's a preventable condition for most people. But if you have it, a family member has it, a plant-based diet, eliminating dairy and high gluten foods, barley, rye, oats, and wheat, low protein, low fat, B12 supplement and probiotics, exercise, acupuncture, and then a lot of assistance without other people involved. The difficulties encountered by the Parkinson's patient who's had some progression are almost insurmountable. And unfortunately, when Parkinson's patients are placed in a care home, it's not usually with the idea of keeping them functional. It turns into warehousing. And those places are not built to do. I don't want to be too hard on them because they're just not built for the type of intervention that would actually improve the outcomes and make the person better. That's just not what they are.